Yeah, this last flare here, I just now recording. Hello, everybody. This is Joe and Joe Slick Live here. Coming on impromptu report on an M1 flare that came out of the sun. And look what it did. It's like it grew ears. Like Mickey Mouse. The sun is like a Mickey Mouse right now. And it's popping. Alrighty, sorry about that. Yeah, so it's pumping really good right now. Crazy. Man, it really exploded. Here's the M1 flare here. Ended up being an M1.48, almost a 1.49, almost a 1.5. And there's the flare. It's right over Australia. Right there. Boom. So Australia gets bombed with it, with the radiation right away. We'll all get pummeled by it. My best guess is it popped out this side first, so I'm thinking it's got to be one of these. Or this one, it really shot out, and then it came out. I'm thinking it's one of these over here that just let one off. You know. A big old bomber. Hey, we should do a solar flare forecast. There's no way to check on those. I don't have a satellite that looks right at the solar disk, but it does appear that everything's bombed out. Solar wind right now is 492. Density is only 1.28 protons per cubic meter. The M1 flare is pretty amazing. This, what you see here in the middle of your screen, is an asteroid that's going to cover Betelgeuse just enough, like I was showing this morning. If I do it right here, if that's the star, then a Betelgeuse coming through, Betelgeuse would cover about that much of the star. As it traverses through the area, they'll take a snapshot and they'll be able to see, okay, what does Betelgeuse look like around the edges? And so they can create an image, a crude image of what it looks like. So the astronomers are looking excited for December 12th. A dark asteroid, 319 Leona, will pass directly in front of Betelgeuse, allowing observers to make a crude map of the giant star's surface. So that's what's happening with that one. Interesting stuff. Today's neutron counts are low because the sun is kicking up energy. The forecast of the auroras right here, almost to the U.S., but no. We're expecting a geomatic storm here. We had one yesterday. I don't know what the time frame is on this report here. Let me refresh that. All right. Right now it's ultra quiet. It's under 3, so they're expecting it now to go to 5. No significant coronal holes, but we do have this little one right here. And this is the big sunspot stuff, and this is the other one. Here's the other little one. Maybe a filament let loose. I'm not sure, but with that M flare, we got more energy coming out of the sun, out of the east, and as it's traversing. And yeah, really. Here's how the sun's popping right now. Boom, there's a one big popper at a 1:30. Here's the other one at 3:30. And here's the yesterday's at 2. 6. There's one right there at 8:30. Boom. That happened today on the 22nd. And the 23rd, boom. Right there, it jumped up in time frames. And then that one. Wow. That's a big pop. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Quick look at the ground magnetics. Nothing to report. Doesn't look like anything. A little bit in here. As the sun's traversing right through this region, it's relatively quiet. And over here. So that's not a help. How about the tremors? Let's look at the tremors of yesterday or today. Yeah, they should be current. Right, look at there, right there in Silesia, right there between Vancouver and San Juan area here. Look again. This. All right. Hey, Firecracker. Good evening. Look at this line of vibrations. All right. I'm going to show you a couple days back. Probably 5 day a week. You can see it right there. 13th. Look at that. And then there's all the vibrations happening. Then there was a no call, and it's still there. What is going on in southern Washington, right here in this area? Look at those. And we're all the way back to November 7th. November 6th, no call again, no call again. Down in the south. And there's still a couple more here on the 3rd. And on the 2nd, up there. Or down there. And we'll go all the way back to here. All right, so here's the 8th. Here's the 9th. Here's the 10th. The 10th has got a pretty good line. And you can see where the concentration are. Right up here in Vancouver, right? But this line right here. Very interesting that this is staying pretty stagnant for all intents and purposes in this discussion here. Again, right here, central. This is the 12th, back to it again. 13th, straight line again. 14th, just a little bit. 15th, breaking up. 16th, a straight line again. 17th, a little more stuff there. 18th, it's all gone again. 19th, down south still. 20th, nothing. Then a little bit kicking up the day before, which weren't on the list. On the 21st, here's the 22nd, and boom, it's kicking up again. So we see some sort of pattern with Vancouver and this line just underneath the Olympic Peninsula. Right inside, right in front of the Cascade Range. And you've got... St. Helens, I think, is where is she? Right there. So it's west of St. Helens and west of all there's Mount Hood, right? And then west of Rainier. This line. And in the past, I've showed you the historical record of up here in Washington terrain. So we're looking at the same area. Mate Rainier, Helens, and Hood right here, right? And what is this? Adams? Yeah, Adams in the back. So this area just south to the river, right here, vibrating. Here's the Astoria Canyon. Here out here, the seamount is out here, right? Cobb Seamount. Is it related to something right there? I don't know. Here's the Thompson Seamount that tends to vibrate as well, straight off the coast, right in front of that area that goes from north to south on these tremor lines, north to south. We're not catching anything out there. But in doing a historical record, only from, let's say, let's go 5, and we'll go custom. We'll go 1800, and then we'll go custom here, and we'll look just in the Washington area. All right, just in here from 1800, and then we'll go ahead and do the search. Now watch what happens. All right. We'll go the largest or the oldest first. The oldest first is up here. The large 6.8 out here. I think 6.8 is the largest. It is. That's the largest earthquake in the area. This area right here we're talking about, and right here, let's go ahead and put the terrain on. Here's St. Helens, just left of St. Helens, right? Or actually on St. Helens right there, right? These ones are over here. There's a line of activity of earthquakes that go right through St. Helens. Was that 1980? Yeah, that was all in 1980. I'm not predicting St. Helens is going to pop, so don't think that. Just wanted to show you the history, 6.8s, or the largest quakes, okay? Here, 1872, 2001, right there, 2001 now, 6.8. 6.7, 1949. 6.7, 1965. Puget Sound, right? 1939, a 6.1. 6.0 off the coast. That's the only anomaly that there's out there, by the way. And then a 1909, which is, I think, a guess again, a 6.0. And here we are, a 6.0 out in Washington, out past Kennewick, 1936. 1999, a 5.8. 1882, a 5.8. And 1980, a 5.7 right there on St. Helens. 1915, up above on the right-hand side there in the east, 5.6. 5.6, 1973 off the coast. 5.6, 1993 in the south in Oregon. And 5.5 up here in British Columbia, 1864. 1877 right here. I'm wondering if the 1877 events aren't starting to pick up again. As we look at the tremors, 1877 was down here, Vancouver, Washington. Pardon me. And you can see. All right. So, are we looking at something different? Are we looking at a potential Portland going bad? Right? Here's Portland here. Here seems to be some vibrations that are continually coming out of southern Olympia and southern Washington there, moving in this direction west of the mountains, west of Rainier, west of St. Helens, west of Hood, real west of Adams. So are we seeing something? We have to look at geologic time. Hey, what's going on over time, right? So back to it here. 1920 up here in Vancouver again, right? 1996 in Washington, 5.4. 5.3 in 1904. 1975, a 5.3 on Vancouver Island itself. 1932, a 5.2. 1980 down here in St. Helens, 5.2. 81, a 5.2, same area, right? 62 is a 5.2, right in Portland, right? Maybe I should just zoom in and then go look at how many just when I zoom in. There's 28 earthquakes in this area. Most of them are in St. Helens. Roy, Washington, I think that's up here at the top. This is 6.7. That's the largest in the area. 6.0s. I don't know where the hell that happened. Can't see it. Garrett, Washington. 5.8 up here. Oh, it's because they're up. Oh, there we go. So they're not going to be strong if it is, historically speaking. Mills, Oregon, Clark County, Washington. Back to St. Helens. St. Helens. You know, Portland, 5-2. Amboy. You know, east-northeast, 28 kilometers north of Amboy. Where the hell's Amboy? I thought it was on there. But anyway, 5-1. Washington, 5-1. Right there in St. Helens again. Amboy again, right there in St. Helens. Why don't they just say St. Helens? They're all on St. Helens right there. Freaking Amboy's another one. Amboy again. Portland, Oregon, 5-0. That happened in 1892. So we have one here, 1962, 18. This is a 1953. Did it have another one too? Oh, down here. 1896. So I'm wondering if this area isn't getting set up for some other event with the vibrations happening. They tend to look like they're going in a direction, right? And that's the last one, 820 or 1123, which is today. Also, we have some of this stuff up here. So let's see, are we entering something else? In the trimmer research, the ETS research, I'm not sure what, I haven't read anything as of late. Nothing new on this page. Winter event 22 to 23. We watched that. That was really interesting. And it happened all up and down Vancouver Island. Right? And we talked about that. And again, that area down here is vibrating. You can see. Right? It has to do with depth, I think. Yeah, it has to do with depth. They're relatively shallow. But that's what's happening now. And it just may be that this area and Vancouver are interrelated. You know, Vancouver, or actually right here. Vibrations there and down here. I wonder. Are we looking for something to happen? No. Just trying to understand it. And this is a great explanation of the last ETS event we had here in the Pacific Northwest. Here's the shut up, dogs. Here's the page that you can have that yourself. Do we have any drunk Chinamen out there today? I don't see any. Yeah. I don't see any vibration, no tsunami warnings or anything. That's good. And that's not bad, right? Looking here at deck. We got a Tenerife, Indonesia, and Kermetics, Wiora. Puerto Rico popping in right now as well. Saying hello. Don't forget me. We don't forget Puerto Rico, that's for sure. And you can see Puerto Rico out here. It's not even on USGS yet. This virtually looks like this morning, except for there are more earthquakes in this region right here. When this morning report, we did have one up here in Nepal, and that's kind of interesting. Still looking for something rather large in here. We can look at the volcano news right now, see if anything has happened since this morning. Fuego, no change. Novato, no change. Popo, no change. 23,000, but Sangay, nothing. Emissions to 23, nothing. But nothing. Not. Simiru, 13, that's normal. Nothing standing out. Mayon still erupting there in the Philippines. Yeah, that's it. Not a whole lot so far in the new day. Now, I could have looked. Well, see, they're a day ahead, right? And we're at the end of, this day. Well, okay, maybe later. Zooming out here. Fuego, nothing new. Taal volcanoes. Hold on a second. Apologize. Try to swallow my tongue, I guess. I don't know. This is a nice... I like when they do these reports. They tell you for what's been happening recently. Once a month they do this, I think. Ta'al volcano... a special report for Ta'al on November 15th was ordered. Sulfur dioxide emissions were high at 11,695 tons per day. You know, that's pretty high. It's a super volcano. Minor sulfur odor was reported in Bangyang. Yeah. High concentration of gas has been continually emitting since March of 21. Emissions averaged about 6,200 tons, but right now we're at 1,100 tons. 11,600 tons, so that's a lot. Tsunozajima from November 15th to the 21st. 2 week. I guess these are 2 weeks. Crater incandescent was visible nightly. No explosions were detected. Ash plumes rose 1 kilometer. Shishalden, Fox Islands, USA, elevated. Seismicity is elevated. Tremors are small, low frequency earthquakes. Elevated surface temperatures were identified in satellite images in mid-November 15 and 16. Shivolush, Central Kamchatka. Reported eruptions continued during November 10th through the 16th. Daily thermal anomaly was identified in satellite images. During November 9 and 10, plumes of resuspended ash drifted about 300 kilometers away. Semeru, Eastern Java, on November 15th and to the 21st. White and gray ash plumes are pumping out there 300 to 800 meters above the thing. Neri Mulagira, Congo. That's a mouthful. It's like Gira. Satellite images showed a thermal anomaly northeast part of the summit crater, likely indicating active lake readings. Merapi, Central Java. Yeah, Merapi. All right. There's M-A-R-E-P-I, then there's M-E-R-A-P-I. Yeah, I get them confused. Reported eruption of Merapi in Java. November 10th through the 16th, Southwest Lava Dome produced about 69 lava avalanches. 10 traveled as far as 1.5 kilometers down the upper part of the Boyong drainage. Lava fusion collapses of material. So it's still erupting. And that's what I was saying earlier today or yesterday here as I try to sit up a little better and get some water. Very dry here today. Yeah. Mayon volcano, Philippines, continuing activity as normal. Lengths of the lava flow, drainage is 2.8 kilometers and 3.4 kilometers, respectively. Luwutolo, or Luwutolak volcano, Lambata Island. Do the Lambata, right? And November 15th through the 21st. Daily white steams, plumes rising up. Now, we watch that Luwutolo, pop every once in a while. Krakatoa, right? Weekly activity reports from 15 November to 21. Still popping off a little gas and steam. Not too high, though. Klucheskoi, big explosions. I saw 40 and 30,000 footers out of that one from November 15 to November 21. Noting the plume resuspended ash as high as 6 kilometers, 19,500 feet. Drifted thermal detection satellite degrees Celsius, 115 anomaly detected. So this update is not update. Read all here. Here's a read all. Why don't they talk about the 40,000? Oh, because it wasn't Klucheskoy. That was the week before. I apologize. Ibu and Dacono, both. Sometimes dense steam or ash emissions, white and gray, popping out there. Gray is the dirty, the white's the clean. So you know that. The Great Sidkin volcano up there in Adrenal Islands in US of A. Confirmed at least 16 through November 16 radar images. The thick flow in the summit crater mainly expanded. Seismicity is low. Slow lava effusion continues from the Great Sidkin. That means it's erupting, baby. Etna volcano popping over there in Italy, or in Sicily, I should say, right? Yeah, that could be Italy. It said frequent explosions about every 3 minutes. Pop, 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 pop. Small cone formed in northwest flank near the saddle. Ebico, Pashmir Islands of Russia. Moderate explosive activity from Ebico, and that's just right before you get to Kamchatka. So, aviation color is orange, the third level on the 4 scale. So it's still doing its thing. Dacono, same thing as the other one, Ibu. Aria volcano, Kyushu, Japan. That is Tsunozajima. All right. Report ongoing activity at Minamati crater, Sakurajima volcano during 13 through the 20th of November. Incandescent crater observed nightly explosions at 2053 on 13 November produced high ash plumes rose 400 meters. Sulfur dioxide emissions were very high, averaging 300 tons on November 13. 300 tons sulfur dioxide, and yet we're talking up here with Taal, right? High concentration of gas continues its average of 6,200 tons. And sulfur dioxide emissions were as high as 11,600 tons. Sakurajima is not even half of what Taal is giving off. So, although it is doing it, it's 3,000 tons. It's not 11,600. Uluwan volcano, New Britain, Papua New Guinea. That's probably probably a couple bangers over there from that Puerto Rico quake. Uluwan, we saw 40,000 and 30,000. So November 3 to 18 November, gas steam plumes, variable densities rose to summit crater level booming noises reported 9th of November. Boom. Before the big eruption, right? Yeah, Uluwan. Yeah, just, ash plumes drifted up. Alert level was raised to stage 4, continuous ash plumes. Photos taken at 1807 showed incandescent material being ejected above the summit. And then boom, boom, boom. And then noted that ash had reached the stratosphere, rising 8.2 kilometers or 60,000 feet. Bam! That's right. 60,000 feet. Reported sustained ash plume rising 15 kilometers by 3:20 in the morning. 21st November, ash had drifted as far as 520 kilometers west by 4:50. The volcanic people noted that the ash had reached the stratosphere, rising about 18.2 kilometers into the air, or 60,000 feet, and drifting 75 kilometers southeast at 15 kilometers. Dark, dense ash emissions rose the summit during 2 a.m. and 1300 were less intense. Alert levels were lowered to stage 3. How do you pop to 60,000 and then lower it? Whatever. By sunrise, the observation post, the summit was blanketed by ash. Dense ash obscured view of the summit and the flanks. The Royal Volcanic Observatory also noted that pyroclastic flows had been descending the north side, possible the southeast flanks, during the early part of the eruption the day before. The Volcanic Ash Advisory Committee reported that sustained ash plumes continued through 1630 in the evening, and they were rising 12.2 kilometers or 40,000 feet and drifting west. During 13 to 1400, ash plumes emissions significantly decreased, allowing for confirmation of the fissure on the southwest flank at around 1,000 or 1,400 meters of elevation, about 1 kilometer southeast of the 2019 fissure event. Webcam images suggested the lava effusion rate from the fissure was high and flows had descended possibly 400 meters in elevation. A minor incandescent and summit was visible as well as the northwest flank, possibly from the pyroclastic flow. Several centimeters of ash and scoria had accumulated on rooftops in areas to the northwest. Minor ashfall reported in Kimbra. And by 2240, the volcanic people stated that the ash at 18.2 kilometers was no longer discernible in satellite images. So it was not very thick. But you talking 60,000 feet it went to, and then 40,000 feet, several 30,000 feet. Yeah, it's no joke, baby. It's no joke. Ulawan is a big winner here lately. Rick James, we showed a report on Rick James already. It was a fantastic report. If you missed it, I'll put the link in there again, or I might play it tomorrow during the downtime. Purus Volcano, Colombia. It was starting to act up a little bit. New activity, a little unrest. It's the southwest of the other Colombian volcano that's active. Lodo Volcano, Volcano Islands. Smithsonian reported southeast off the Okanahama continued whatever. Submarine vent. Volcano passengers observe explosions that rejected material, white steam plumes from every vent for minutes. Yeah. More about the Iwo Jima volcano. Yeah. If you want to read more, I don't. Sebankaya volcano. It's nothing. Reventador 15, Nevada del Ruiz 20, Fuego 16, Sangay 20. None of these are big. Here's the picture of the Dakota we saw this morning. It's like you're looking from Ibu, looking at Dakota across the island, and it's going up like that. It's like, hey, what the hell's going on? Right? So as we look here, we see a little Vanuatu coming in again. Busy little island. And yes, here we have the 4.4, the Mona Passage. Well, that was a 4.4. Crazy, man. I didn't think so. But it's off the shore. Seems like there's been a little bit of heavier hits up that way. Philippines, this is off the 7.2. They downgraded that to a 6.7. Clearly it was a 7.2 in my opinion. But I'm not a volcanologist. I'm not a person. I'm just a person who looks at them and says, hey. No, actually, I take their data and I go, wait, stay consistent with me there, Slam. And if they're inconsistent, I'll call them on it. And they're inconsistent, so I'm calling on it. All right. Still seeing a straight line from Tonga through Vanuatu, through Papua New Guinea, where the volcano's pumping, and then into where the 7.2 hit. So, hey, Vanuatu had a 7, so hold on. All right. Tonga 4.6 again. So, yeah, that line is really active, and it actually goes up in here to Nepal 3.8. Check that out, man. Straight line of shit. Boom, 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 boom. You know, the Earth is not that thick. You know, if you draw a map of the Earth, right? If I draw a circle, draw a circle. I gotta make this thing draw the circle now. If we draw the circle, right? And then we draw another one, right? And we put it underneath it. The Earth is not thick. The crust itself, it's really thin. And what if, you know, it has layers? What if one of those layers I got the wrong color here, so sorry. Let's go blue. What if there's and if we zoomed in just in like this portion here, and we go, you know, we take this out here, right? And we go crop. All right, here we are. So we're looking at this thing here, and this poop. Sorry. The landmass is here, and there's another area, like, you know, multiple layers, and then we have the barrier where everything is liquid magma. This area in the middle is a semi-transitional area. No, I'm not talking about the transition zone. I'm talking above it. I wonder if there are, and go file new, don't save it, you know, don't save it. I wonder if you have a series of mountains, right here, and then you have, you know, the ocean, and then it comes up on an island, a volcano, it goes down and back into the ocean and then up again. And I wonder if and then it comes up and it goes up in mountains, and then we have, you know, water here and water here. I wonder if there can be a massive, and if we have a volcano here and maybe over here, I wonder if the depths of these volcanoes, number one, touch each other. Then we have an undersea volcano here. Number one, touch each other, or if the land itself, the crust, now if we're looking at a top view, can have a fissure where the land is normal here and over here and over here, but this here is in the middle of a continent, and the plate boundaries way over here and maybe way over there, but not in the plate boundary. But from here to here, see, the plate boundary meanders along that area. So if the plate boundary, you know, comes down like this, it goes up like this, comes back, and then comes back up, but we're seeing like earthquakes up here, over here, and right here, or actually not like that, closer. So we got earthquake here, 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 and here, and that's where I'm drawing my straight line. I wonder if the fissure in the earth, if there's a fissure in the earth that actually goes straight down that line. See, there's a lot of land here, but there's no, here's the plate boundary. I wonder if in this region that there is a fissure, you know, in the land itself. Then I'm going to go side view again. That if the land was here and it's that thick, but there's a fissure down here, and then the magma down here travels along that fissure. You know, like maybe, I don't know, gets filled in here, maybe here, and maybe over here. But it's definitely, you know, moving along that section. As we try to look at it, you know, from the top view, I wonder if that's the case, because it's either that or magnetically that these earthquakes are happening along a line. And it's like, well, they happen there all the time. I said, but why not, you know, somewhere off the beaten path, like over here more? Why is this area here consistently busy? If I did the 30 days. More earthquakes are happening in this line than down here starting. Right? Now we had a big quake here, so that's anomaly. And yet they're happening along the plate boundaries, and that's right. Now there's something down here we don't know about, right? And why does it go all the way around to come back through? You know? I think it's interesting to see that thing slide up into China. Relatively new. I don't know how long ago it started, but I'm just wondering why there's so many quakes along that line. Right there. And it does, it seems to go right to Australia. If you have an idea, put your idea in there. If you think it's, you know, cuckoo, but keep that to yourself. Willie talked about Nisqually. I don't know what Nisqually is. I really don't. Yeah, right, from Seattle to SoCal. Interesting there, huh? Firecracker. Anyway, I'm always inquisitive of how things work and what can we see on the top. Like everything happening below 50 miles down below, or 50 kilometers down below, 35 miles down below. That stuff's moving. And then we're at the top, or the outside. We're the last to find out that stuff's moving, because that's when we move. But the stuff down below is moving already. We have to play catch up. And I think we can only dig down so far before it burns everything up. You know, it gets hot. A couple thousand degrees, you know. And 10 miles down there, you can't survive. You'll burn up. Your skin will catch fire or whatever. You know. Yeah. But, hey. You know. And no metal is going to take that either. It's got to be something special, I'll tell you. Something special. Yep. All right, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving. If I don't see you, I'm going to be here. I told the guy I wouldn't work tomorrow. But I have a tendency to do stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway. Big hugs, y'all. Hawaii popping in with a little bit of something. Pecos, Texas saying hello. Say hi to Patches when we can. Vanuatu right there. Yeah. Timmy, I hope you have a good, blessed Thanksgiving and the like. I want that for everybody. Thanksgiving is my favorite day for a reason, because that's when I can be thankful and express my thanks for everything that I've received, because I don't deserve shit. And you know, it's humbling. It's when you realize that you're no good, and you know, it is what it is, right? So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yeah, love you. And remember, don't get none on you.